ambulance scene. Read this book solely for the ambulance scene. Hi, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hello, my name is Kristen. I read a lot of books and I'm going to tell you about them today. And if you're not new, welcome back. I read some books and I'm going to tell you about them today. Duh. Okay, so I haven't done a wrap up since January. I know, I'm slacking. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get better. But I'm going to tell you about all of the books that I've read from February to June. It's a big span of time, and I'm sorry that this is a lot of books. I don't know exactly how many, but I'm sitting at like 30 something books. I don't quite know. I'm going to tell you about the ones that I've read. I'm not going to tell you when and where a month stops and starts because I honestly don't know. So this is just starting in February, ending in June, and then we'll try to get back to actual monthly wrap-ups between now and then. Let's get started. I'm going to try to keep these like reviews brief. I for one am not one to want to spoil a book, and also I don't want this to be 2 hours long. The first book I read in February was Wyatt by Jessica Peterson. This is the second book in the Lucky River Ranch series. I read Cash in January and I loved it. I only have a couple of these physically, so most of them are just gonna pop up here. But this is about Wyatt and Sally. This is like a friends to lovers, always had a thing for you kind of thing. They grew up together, were always best friends. Sally moves away for school and then moves back into town and wants to kind of figure out how to start dating again, and wants Wyatt to almost teach her how to start dating again. Teach her he does. I love Wyatt Rivers. This man is something else. He's got a mouth on him. Let me tell you, this man has a mouth on him. There's so much pining and he's obsessed with her. It's definitely like he falls first. So if you like a good cowboy that is down bad, the most down bad for his girl, read this. Read this right now. It's freaking fantastic. I gave it 5 stars. Absolutely. I love this series. I read the third book in the series. I'll talk about it in a little bit, but I can't wait to read the rest of the series. I love this family so much. The found family element between all of them is wonderful, and 5 stars. And then I read Wild River by Laura Pavlov. It's the second book in the Magnolia Falls series. I read the first book, which was Loving Romeo, last year. I really liked that one. I was so excited about the rest of the series because the found family in this one is incredible. It's a group of guys that are best friends, and I love how much they support each other and love each other. So I was really excited to start this and pick this series back up, and I did like it. It was good, but there were a couple little things that I just didn't vibe with, I guess. Just a me thing. Positively, this is about Ruby and River. Ruby moves back to town because she is taking over her father's bar because he is sick. She has never really liked River, so they have really good banter. They're very stubborn about giving in to one another, but some stuff between them just kind of felt silly. I don't know, it was just kind of, I don't want to say it made me cringe, but her nickname made me cringe. His nickname for her was Queenie, and I hated it. I hated it so much. The conflict also felt kind of forced, which I don't like when conflicts feel forced in a book, especially when it's like a breakup conflict. I don't like it. This one was okay for me. I gave it 4 stars. It's probably more like 3.5, but I think at the time I wasn't using Fabled yet, so I couldn't do half stars. It was a good book. I enjoyed it. There were just little things that made it not a 5-star read for me, but I am excited about continuing the series because I love this friend group so much. So I'm excited to continue it. And then I picked up Mr. Heartbreaker by Piper Rain. This is the first in the Nest series. I listened to all of these on audiobook. They're on Hoopla, which is a free app that you can use with certain libraries. They give you access to Hoopla and you can listen for free, which is fantastic, especially if you don't want to spend $17.99 or however much Audible is. There's a lot of great ebooks and audiobooks on there, so definitely check it out if you have a local library that carries it. I like it better than Libby because you don't have to wait in line to get it. There's just a limit on how many things your library can check out a day, so you just have to wait till the next morning. This is about Rowan and Kaylee, or Lee. This one was really fun. I enjoyed it. It's a hockey romance. Obviously, it's a one-night stand kind of turned into a fling. She's lying about who she is because he used to play hockey with her brother. And then now her brother's playing hockey with him again, is now on his team again. So she's lying about who she is because she doesn't want him to recognize her or for her name to trigger anything with her brother. Obviously, the hidden identity thing does not last. She's also dealing with a lot of family issues and drama. So she's kind of running from that and keeping that a secret as well, and just kind of using him as like an outlet to deal with all of the drama that is happening in her life. This audiobook is so good. It's dual narration, but most of the characters have their own narrator, which I really, really liked, which is what drew me into this series in the first place. So this one was really fun. I gave it 4.5 stars. I really liked it, and I finished the series, so I'll tell you more about the rest of the books in a minute. Then I read the Skyridge Hotshot series. I read all 3 of these books. I read Fight, Protect, and Honor, and let me tell you, this series is so freaking good. This is a series that 3 different authors wrote. So Fight is the first book, and it was by Sloane St. James. This was my first Sloane St. James book. I really enjoyed it. I mean, these covers are what drew me in. Also, firefighters. They're wildland firefighters, and I'm obsessed. I need more books about like wildland firefighters, because I don't know if there's any more out there, but if there are and you know about them, let me know, because these were great. This is about Callahan and Prescott. She's hiding some things. She moves into town and is an EMT with the same county that he works as a wildland firefighter. There are small little thrillery elements a little bit to this one, which is really, really fun. And it made me realize that I really, really love a romantic suspense, because this has a little bit of that in it. That is definitely something I'm focusing on reading more of, is romantic suspense, because I enjoy the crap out of it. I love having the romance element and then also being able to have a suspense element, and I'm really leaning into reading that because I've loved every romantic suspense book I've ever read. This one isn't huge. I wouldn't consider this romantic suspense, but it is a romance that has a suspense element at one point, which really kept me on my toes and kept me reading this book. Ambulance scene. Read this book solely for the ambulance scene, because you deserve to read that. Trust me. You deserve to read that scene. I'm obsessed. I loved this. I gave it 4.5 stars. It was fantastic. And then Protect, which was by Paisley Hope. I've read one of Paisley's books before. I really, really enjoyed it. So I was excited that she was also a part of this series. This is about Rowan and Violet. They grew up together, kind of had like a small little romance. In high school, Rowan was best friends with Violet's brother. So it's kind of a little bit of a second chance with some secret elements hidden in there of why they broke up in the first place. She is a single mom. Her ex is an asshole, but Rowan is so good with her kid, and it's so sweet to watch him with her. He's like literally obsessed with them both, her daughter and her, and I loved it. I love Rowan Kingsley so much. He was probably my favorite MMC in this series. I am in love with him. I mean, look at him. Look at him. How could you not? But the only small little thing that I didn't like was their childhood relationship. I understand why it ended, but I wish it was longer. I didn't like how fast it ended, and you get to see all of that and what took place with that in the book. I gave this 4.5 stars as well. I loved this. I loved this. And then Honor, this is by Daniel Baker. This is my first Daniel Baker book as well. This is Xander and Teddy. They are neighbors, and Teddy is a newly single mom. Her husband passed away. She has 3 kids. One is a baby, and Xander actually helped deliver him because they're neighbors and she went into labor. You get to see that happen in book 2, I believe. I love Xander. I loved them together. Xander is very vocal about what he wants. Sometimes it's to his own fault. It sometimes gets him in some trouble. There were certain times toward the middle of the book where he kind of acts out of character, in my opinion, and I didn't like that. I didn't like how he kind of flipped on a switch of the way he was acting toward her. I didn't love the writing in this one as much as the other two, and this is my first book of hers, so maybe it's just her style of writing that I didn't vibe with as much. Their nicknames are very overused, in my opinion, which kind of like runs them into the ground where they don't mean as much. So I did give this 4 stars, but honestly, Xander probably made me rate it a little higher. He's definitely my type. I mean, like on paper, this is the kind of man that I would say is my type. So Xander, in general, probably made me rate this a little higher than I normally would, but I still enjoyed the book. I enjoyed the whole series. I definitely recommend it. I just didn't vibe with the writing in this one as much. And then I read Picturesque by Molly Goins. Of course, this is the first in her new Boston Blues series, which is a baseball romance series. I love this book with my entire being. If I could give it 600 stars, I would. This book is perfect, and you can tell me no different. This is about Callie and Will, and the way I am obsessed with both of them. She is an ADHD queen. She's a photographer for the Boston Blues, and of course Will plays for the Boston Blues. He is a pitcher. Callie is also Will's catcher's little sister. So that's really, really fun. They have a secret relationship because they work together. So it's a workplace romance. They're also neighbors. They live in the same building. It's definitely friends to lovers. They really connect at the beginning. There's so much found family within this organization of baseball players. I love this team so much. I'm so excited about the rest of these books in this series. There's also no third act breakup, which is Molly Goins with no third act breakup. Molly, if you do not know, loves a third act breakup and is very vocal about it, and somehow we talked her into no third act breakup with this one, which is perfect for them. They are so cute, so wonderful. I love these two so much. They are just like soulmates made perfectly for each other, and please read this book. It's so good. It's so, so good. Then I read the second book in the Nest series, which is Mr. Broody. I also listened to this on audiobook. This is about Henry and Jade, and they are childhood sweethearts with a second chance twist, which is so cute. He was her first boyfriend, and they broke up when they were in high school. They've known each other since they were like 7. Their former relationship was so cute, and watching them come back together was so cute. He is a single dad now, so they were kind of like friends to lovers to nothing to friends to lovers, which I think is really fun. Again, I love these audiobooks so much. I love the dual narration and everyone having their own narrator. This one was really fun to read. I gave it 4 stars. I just really enjoy these audiobooks. I love just like putting one on and going about my day, cleaning, doing like desk work, whatever I'm gonna do, driving. This one's just really fun. His kid is so cute, and I loved watching them together as well. So this one's really cute. I really, really suggest this audiobook series. Then I read Save Your Breath, which is the 4th book in the King and the Ice series by Candy Steiner. I read all of these and I love them all, and this one was really fun. I feel like it was kind of different than what I was reading at the time. This one has one of my favorite tropes ever, which is fake dating. I love a fake dating trope. This is Alex and Mia, and Alex is a star hockey player. He's like the bad boy, playboy, and Mia is a professional singer. She's like a pop star, like a very well-known pop star. They start dating to kind of fix both of their images in the public eye. They start fake dating, they're fake engaged, and so she's releasing a new album. Has an ex that is kind of trying to destroy her reputation. So it was so fun to watch them like bicker at each other while trying to also look in love. The tension was so high between these two because they both really want to give in, but of course they can't. Of course they can't. So the tension and the pining, and Candy Steiner does it so, so well. It's definitely more of a slow burn, but when the slow burn burned, it burned great. It burned so good. It burned so good. So I feel like this one definitely stands out in that series. It's really, really fun. I enjoyed the crap out of it. I gave it 4.5 stars. I loved it. I listened to the audiobook while reading the ebook. Loved it. It was so good. Then I read Fragile Sanctuary by Catherine Cowles. This was me stepping my foot back into the romantic suspense. That's what this whole series is. This is the first in the Spare Fall series. I am obsessed. This was my first Catherine Cowles book, and I don't know how I've gone this long without reading a Catherine Cowles book. I don't know how none of you let me in on the secret of Catherine Cowles. How dare all of you. This is about Anson and Rhodes. You start off with learning about something really, really tragic that happened to Rhodes when she was a teenager, and then it jumps forward to what is going on in her life now. Anson is working for her brother's construction company, and she is having a house rebuilt. There is a little bit of forced proximity there. She's seeing a lot of him. He's definitely really quiet. He's closed off. He's definitely hiding something, and something really, really tragic has also happened to him. Like I said, it is romantic suspense. There is so many different elements of suspense of what is going on, and I did not figure it out. I had a couple guesses, and I was wrong. I did not get it correct, but it was really good, and it kept me on my toes. Like, once stuff starts happening, you're so engulfed in this book and in this world, you're like, I cannot put it down. I have to continue reading. So this was 5 stars. I don't want to say too much about it because there's so many twists and turns in this book. It's ridiculous. But this book is so, so good. I looked on Catherine's website, and this is where she suggested starting with her backlist, was this series. So I started with this series. I'm actually reading book 2 right now, and it is also phenomenal. Then I read Heart of the Villain by Dani Crooks. I do not have my physical copy. I have a friend that is borrowing my Cursed God series so that she can read it. But this is a novella about Marlena, and Marlena is our villain in her first book, which is Revenge of the Forgotten. If you have not read these and you are a romantasy girl, please pick up these books. This just gives you the backstory of Marlena and how she became to be the villain that she is, starting when she was, I think, 9 up until she's like 23. So it gives you like the story of how she got to where she is, why she became the villain. You definitely need to read Revenge first because this does have some spoilers in it if you do read it first. So read Revenge, then read Heart of the Villain, and you will love it. It really gives you a look into who she is, and you almost really feel for her and the things that she's been through. So yes, this is fantastic. And you know, I might be biased, but I love it, and it's 5 stars. I usually don't rate novellas, but this is a 5-star novella. It has so much depth to it that I feel like novellas usually don't have. I love it so much. I think I'm like halfway through, and I want to take a nap. Then I read Petals and Plot Twists by Jenny Proctor. If you don't know, Jenny Proctor is one of my favorite closed-door romance authors, and this was her newest release. This was so cute. It's about Sophie and Peter. It kind of has like a little magical element. There's this magical flower that grows in the garden on the rooftop of their building that Sophie takes care of. And Sophie and Peter are best friends, and they both live in the building. And Sophie is trying to find a love match and getting this flower to open up for her whenever she is on the roof with the love of her life, is what it's supposed to be. It's a little cheesy, but it's really cute in like a fun way. If you like a Hallmark movie, this definitely feels Hallmark movie-esque. Peter's definitely obsessed with Sophie. Sophie's obsessed with figuring out this flower. This was really cute, and I think you'd really enjoy it. I gave it 4 stars. Then I read In Good Company by Kat Singleton. This is Kat's new series that is based in the Hamptons, which is a really fun like location for a book series, I think. This is the first book in the Pembroke Hills series. This is about Lucy and Callahan, and I am obsessed with Callahan. Like, so obsessed with this man. This is billionaire. Of course, you know that Kat is the queen of billionaire romance. She never disappoints me, ever. Not that I ever thought she would, but she never disappoints me. So he's a billionaire. She is a private chef, and he hires her to be his chef for the summer. This is such a good summer read, so it's perfect to pick up right now. He's obsessed with her. he definitely falls first. I loved this so much. I'm so excited about the rest of the series. I cannot wait for the other two couples that I think are going to be the other two couples in the series. I'm very excited about them. So, like, Jude, if Jude does not get a book, I might riot. I might have to drive to Kat's house. Not that I know where it is, but I might have to drive there and have a stern talking with her if she does not give Jude a book. Because I'm obsessed with him. He is Callahan's best friend. And I feel like I'm going to be even more obsessed with Jude than I am Callahan. And that's a lot. He really took me by surprise with how, like, sweet he is with her. And in general, he definitely gives the broody billionaire, but he also has a very, very sweet side that I am obsessed with. I love a sweet man. And he definitely is vocal about what he wants, as he should be. You should talk through things. And he lets her know, this is what I want. I love this. It was 5 stars, 100%. I will read Kat's grocery list if she would let me, because she writes books like these. So the grocery list has got to be good too. Then I listened to Mr. Swoony. This is the 3rd book in the Nest series. This one was really fun. I think this one might be my favorite. This is about Connor and Eloise, and Connor and Eloise meet while she is on her bachelorette trip, and he makes sure that she, like, gets home safe. It's not like a flirty thing. It's just like him wanting to be a gentleman and make sure that she is good because her friend is very, very drunk. And then he ends up interrupting her wedding. Whoops. The preacher says, does anyone object to this union? And he says, me. Which is, we love that, because her husband to be was a jerk and we do not like him. So we are all for Connor saying, me, I object, it's me. Connor is definitely one of the most patient MMCs I've ever read, and God bless him for it, because she deserves a man that is patient. They end up being roommates, and they were roommates, and you know, things progress. Of course, they become friends, into lovers, duh. But she has a bucket list that he is, like, bound and determined to help her finish, which I am just obsessed with that concept. The fact that he is like, no, we're gonna get these things done, because her ex was like, this is stupid. And he's like, no, let's get to work. I loved them so much. This was so fun. I think this is my favorite in that series. I also give it 4.5 stars. Then I listened to Dishonestly Yours, Indestructibly Mine by Kristen Becker Ritchie. This is their Web You Weave series. I listened to these back to back because I'm obsessed, and this series is so good. It follows the same group of, like, 6 people. Found family in this group is unreal. They are 2 families of con artists, and they've always worked together. And this is about Phoebe and Rocky, and Phoebe and her best friend Haley have decided that they no longer want to be a part of this, like, crime ring, basically, that their parents have forced them into. They don't want to do it anymore, so they've run off to this little town. Of course, Rocky follows. Rocky is Haley's brother, so it's best friend's brother. Also, like, friends to lovers, childhood friends to lovers. They've also kind of had to, like, fake date throughout their life to pull off schemes. But there's a little bit of jealousy because she starts fake dating someone that is not him in this book. And he is a jealous man. He is so jealous. It's so good. This book series is so good. There's lots of twists and turns, lots of things you don't see coming for both of these books. There's a cliffhanger at the end of book 1 that will literally have you, like, mouth agape, ready to start book 2 immediately. I love this series. It's a 5-star series. I cannot wait for book 3. I love that it follows the same people, which is a Krista and Becca specialty. If you don't know, they wrote the Addicted / Calloway sister series and then the Like Me series. They are some of the nicest people ever, and I love them so much. The sweetest girls ever. So definitely read the series if you like a little bit of crime and suspense in your books. Then I read Finding Home by Jen McMahon, and let me tell you, Jen is in her small town era, and I love it. This is the first book in the Bluestone Lake series, and boy am I excited about the rest of the series. This also has a great found family aspect of just this whole community coming together. This is about Griffin and Blair finds out that her husband is a lying, cheating asshole. So she packs up her life and she moves to Bluestone Lakes. And she's living in a tiny home that is just happens to be next door to Griffin, the grumpy bar owner of the town, whose family owns like the whole town, So he's a hot cowboy. He's so broody. Like, he is the most broody man, and I really didn't know if she was gonna get through to it, but she does. It's definitely grumpy sunshine. She's so cute and bubbly and has the cutest puppy. He's not a puppy, but I call all dogs puppies, which he doesn't like, obviously. But this was so good. I'm so excited to be in Jen's small town romance era. Hello, Cup. Can you stop? I can't wait for the rest of the series. I'm so excited. 5 stars. I love Jen so much. Everything she writes is golden. Then I got an early arc of Red Card by Maren Moore. This is Maren's first traditionally published book, which I'm so excited about. I'm not going to talk too much about it because I think I'm going to do another video about it closer to release, which it releases in August on the 12th. I am so excited that she is traditionally publishing this series. It is a rugby romance. This is my second rugby series that I've read. I read Binding and Keeping 13, and I think that's the only other rugby books I've read. So this is based in the US. Her name is Rory, his name is Killian, and they call him Kill because he's just like big, tough. So they call him Kill as a nickname because he's big and tough and scary on the rugby field, or on the rugby, whatever that thing's called, pitch. I don't know. I don't know the rules. I just know they're hot. So Rory is like helps out with the rugby team. She is also the coach's daughter. I love these two. It's very, she's all that meets, she's the man. He's a British bad boy that gets kicked off his team in Britain and brought over. He gets accepted to a team in the States at Prescott University. He's dealing with some stuff. His mom recently passed away and he kind of like lashed out and didn't deal with that in the best way. Rory kind of wants him to teach her how to date. She doesn't know how, because she's being friend zoned by everybody because all she wants to do is talk about rugby because her rugby has been her whole life. So it's a little bit of teach me, which is really fun. Maren is the queen of sports romance. I don't care what you say. The woman writes the best sports romance books. Like baseball, hockey, rugby. Like, I mean, what can't this woman write about? Sports related. I'm obsessed with Maren. I could just hand her all of my money and be like, I will just do this prepayment for anything you write in the future. I want it. Please. Thank you. Red Card. Make sure you read this when it comes out on August 12th. Pre-order it. I think there's a couple pre-order incentives for some signed copies. So definitely check that out. I love this book with my whole heart. Okay. Only 4 more. Thank God. Whew. Then I read Sawyer, which is the 3rd book in the Lovey River Ranch series. I love this series so much. I love these boys. All of these Rivers boys. I love them. This is about Sawyer and Ava. This is very second chance-ish. They have like a one-night stand thing years ago, and then they see each other again in their town. Ava works for one of the neighboring ranches to help with their horses. They are both single parents, which I thought was really cool to have like them both be single parents of girls, and then watching them kind of hang out because it's play dates, because their girls get along so well. Watching their relationship grow very naturally. I feel like sometimes it's so insta-lovey with books, but I feel like this is a book that could happen in real life. Like, this is something that could happen in real life. It was kind of refreshing. He's a cowboy, of course. There are some hang-ups on them not wanting to rush into anything or give the girls the wrong idea, but I loved this book. It was so good. I gave it 5 stars. This is definitely a 5-star series for me. I cannot wait for the next book to come out. It's Duke's book, and I think I might have a fit. Then I did something that I hardly ever do. I read a book in the middle of a series. This is The Frat Boy by Nikki Sloan. This is book 4 in the Nashville Neighborhood series. This is Danny's fault. This is Danny Crook's fault that I did this because she read this and then she was like, oh my god, Kristen, you would love this. I forced her to read For the Fans by Nyla Kay. She forced me to read this one. So I definitely want to go back and read the other books in this series. I've heard nothing but incredible things about Nikki Sloan's writing. So this definitely had me interested in the rest of the series because they all live in the same neighborhood in Nashville. This is about Collison and Madison. Collison. This is about Colin and Madison. I'm keeping that in. They both go to the same college. So he is in a fraternity, she is in a sorority, and there is a conflict that gets them both kicked out of their fraternity and sorority. So they need somewhere to go. They need somewhere to live. They need a roof over their heads. So they both take up an offer that they see about a content house. Now, if you're on the internet, you know about content houses. They make TikToks and stuff. Well, this content house is a little different. They make spicy content. So they both are auditioning to live in this spicy content house. So they walk in to their audition and it is with each other. And they hate each other because they think that each other is the reason they're getting kicked out of the fraternity/sororities. So the tension is high. And they definitely use it to their advantage in their audition. I'm very curious because I think the rest of the series is very like tropey in a kinky way. Like this one is. There's sharing scenes. It's very interesting and it's very spicy. It's definitely leans on the reading it for the spice, not the plot. But I wasn't mad about it. I gave it 4 stars. It was fun. It was a fun read. I didn't read it for like, you definitely don't read it for the plot. That's for sure. But it was good. And I think I want to pick up the rest of the series and just see what everybody else's thing is about because you meet some of the people in this book. Then I read Same Time Next Year by Tessa Bailey. This is a cute little holiday rom-com novella kind of thing. Did I read a holiday novella in June? Yup. Sure did, because like the actual holiday it's New Year's, so it's not like it was set in Christmas setting. And not that I would be mad about reading a Christmas novella in the middle of June anyway, because I love Christmas. This is about Britta and Summer. Tessa Bailey and her names of her characters, I swear to God. Summer plays hockey with Britta's brother. He needs a green card, so they get married so that he can get his green card, and the thing is it's only supposed to last a year. So Same Time Next Year, their marriage is going to last from New Year's Eve to New Year's Eve the next year. She is falling for him. He fell a long time ago. He's been obsessed. He's been in love. And she's really like, I don't want this. I never want to be married. I don't want a long-term relationship. Like, me owning this bar and running this bar is my life goal. So it was cute. It definitely has a novella feel where it's kind of fast-paced, gotta keep up. Things kind of jump around and feel kind of forced because it's so fast-paced because it's a novella. But it was fun. I don't normally rate novellas, so I didn't give a rating to this. But it was cute. If you like holiday novellas, if you like Tessa Bailey's writing, this is actually a first-person Tessa Bailey book, which is kind of few and far between. But I really liked it. Then I listened to Letters to Molly by Devney Perry. Again, I didn't realize this is the second book in this series until I was like halfway through this audiobook. And I feel like if I would have listened to these in order, I would have enjoyed their story even more because I would have gotten to see them in book 1. Because this is a second chance in that they get divorced and now they're having a second chance. This is about Molly and Finn, and they have been divorced for like 6 years. They definitely are having a little bit of trouble of just everything between them feels very transactional of just, hey, let's get the kids switched over for their days. They definitely do not have a super close co-parenting relationship until Molly starts getting letters in the mail of old love letters that Finn used to write her, and they're just showing up in her mailbox just addressed to her. This was after, like right after they kind of ended up sleeping together. So then it turns into kind of just like a physical thing of they're hanging out with just them and the kids more, and things are just physical. They're not trying to go anywhere with it. But these letters keep coming, and then some things happen that force them to be together even more. There's definitely some shocking little twist in this book that I didn't expect, but getting to watch them come back together is so sweet and so wonderful, and watching them fall back in love. So I definitely recommend this. I definitely recommend reading them in order, even though I haven't listened to the first book yet. I definitely am going to do that. And then the final book that I read in June was The Bad Boy Rule by Maren Moore. This is Maren's new series, the Hellcats hockey series. If you read her Orleans University baseball series, this takes place at the same college, but this is the hockey team. I love the Orleans University series so much. Home Run Proposal will always have a very special place in my heart, and not just because the MMC's name is Lane and that's my husband's name. I beta read for that book and it was fantastic, and I love it so much. But this is the hockey team at Orleans University. This is about Lennon and Saint, and Saint is a bad boy. He's a bad boy, and Lennon is a good girl. She is a good girl. She has a purity ring. So like the most opposite of opposites. So they meet at the hockey rink. They both book ice time, private ice time, and they actually accidentally overbooked it. She's trying to learn to skate again after an injury. She used to do figure skating, and he is practicing hockey, of course. Well, she decides that she wants to rebel against her family because she is tired of the way her dad is treating her, and asks Saint to fake date her. Saint has some really rough stuff going on at home. He has a really bad home life, and he's kind of using this as an outlet. And let me tell you, these two, the penalty box scene between these two, I think it altered my brain chemistry, to be 100% honest with you. If you do nothing but find the penalty box scene in this book and read it, everyone in their life needs to read it. If you like romance and you like spicy romance, you need to read the penalty box scene. Like I said, altered my brain chemistry. The moments when he is sweet, oh my god. I love the dynamic between these two. He also takes her purity ring and wears it around his neck. Oh my god, I could scream. I'm just Maren does nothing, Maren can do no wrong. I've literally read every Maren Moore book, I think with the exception of one. So, do you want me to read that one and do a guide to Maren Moore books? I think that would be so fun to sit down and be like, hey, here's my suggested reading order, here's everything that all of her books are about, kind of give a brief description of them. I think that would be so fun. A guide to Maren Moore. So let me know below if you would like me to do that. This book is so freaking good. I'm obsessed with them both. I can't stop thinking about the penalty box scene though. This one's really deep. There's some heavy topics that this one talks about for sure. So make sure to check out the trigger warnings on this one. But so good. I loved it so much. But that is all of the books that I read from February to June. Like I said, I had two that I was like this close to finishing by the end of June, and it just didn't happen. So I moved them to my July TBR, to my July wrap up. It's fine. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you've read any of these or if you're going to be picking up any of these. I hope you do. I've read a lot of books. I'm very proud of how many books I've read. I'm definitely ahead of my goal. Make sure to follow me on my social medias, linked down below always. Make sure to subscribe down below, and make sure to give this video a like, comment down below what your favorite book of the first half of the year was. I will see you in the next one. Bye!